We're here today for week 9, and I just want to say this. We all think that she's a witch. We ended up redoing week 9, y'all, because everybody, when I say everybody in our chat, literally had a shitty week. It was insane. So every time we're reading, our weekly recaps, it's always like, oh, were there any synchronicities? A lot of our synchronicities have been coming just from the group as a whole. Like, it's actually insane. So some people read, some people didn't read. Some people didn't even open up the book. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just didn't do a lot of my morning pages. I didn't do the task. And it was just a lot going on. There's a lot going on. But the fact that the whole group was essentially going through a little crisis, it was just a lot to be said. So I just want to throw that out there. We believe that Julie is a witch because it's actually getting insane at this point. First of all, she decided to say for the first task, read your morning pages. Now, mind you, we've all decided that, like, some of us are yappers, some of us have, like, never journaled before. So that was kind of like a task and a challenge within itself. However, a lot of us have purposely written in our morning pages. So it's, like, very ineligible in case somebody, like, comes across and, like, wants to read our thoughts, like, our most inner deep thoughts, like, every morning. And for me, I used to scribble and just be making up, not until like making up anything, but it just didn't feel like I was being my authentic self. But they said that, like, pretty much in the book, it's like, this is your time. Like I said, I talk about morning pages in every video. This is your time to literally just get your thoughts out, anything on your brain, anything that you dreamt about, whatever. I was purposely like just trying to dilly-dally. I was like, oh no, today was this, today was this, today was this. And then I want to say by week 2, it was almost like, all right now. Because, like, Julia said something in the book about, like, every time you get to the 3rd page, it almost feel more truthful. Because the first one might be, like, blurs. Like, the first 2 pages might be blurs. Or you just trying to figure out what to say. Or, like, literally like a dream. But a lot of mine last month and a month before was really just, like, dreams. Or, like, just venting sessions, honestly. Like, I know some of my people in the group said they use their Sunday morning pages for their sermon notes. And I'm like, wow. I low-key might start doing that because that's actually smart. Because sometimes I just don't wake up with thoughts. Like, I wake up with a gazillion, trillion, billion thoughts. I don't even know if gazillion is a thing. But it just feels like this week in particular, I just did not have anything to write. I didn't. I had nothing to say. I do, however, want to say I was able to memorize my Barbie monologue. I performed it, and I made my classmate cry. And this was the first time I really felt like a working actress. I felt like a real actress. And I was very proud of myself because I scared myself. Like, we learned the 4 steps of the Chubbuck Technique, right? And one of the techniques was more so like, what's your substitution? And my substitution I was using for the Barbie. If you haven't seen Barbie, it's the monologue where America is like, talking to the women and like trying to empower and encourage them. We all did that. So essentially, I had started off saying like, oh, I'm just talking to like my younger self or like just another version of myself. She was like, okay, like I love that. And you can definitely use yourself. But like in this one, if you're saying that your objective is to empower these women, think about women in your life. So I was like, okay, cool. Thought about like, people from high school, people, my friends now. And I was like, actually, I'm just going to do my sisters. So my sisters have kids. So I thought about the ones with kids and I thought about the one that's about to graduate from Clark. And I went to Clark I graduated 2019 and she'd be graduating in 2 months actually, which is crazy. So I was like, okay, I'm talking to both of them. And as soon as she told me to do that, y'all, it felt like my chest just went tight. Like I couldn't stop myself from crying at one point. Like, the frustration, the heart, the humor that I had, and it still was there. But at the same time, it was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't realize I could tap into something like that, but it really unlocked something in me that I've been wanting to do for such a long time. Because I'm a type of person, I don't really like crying on camera because it just feels so fraud to me. Like, it just feels like a fake, like a facade. Like, I don't be liking it. So when I actually do catch myself crying on camera, it's almost like I'm trying to stop myself from crying. And not to say like we didn't record it in here because it's more like her classes are like more intimate. So we don't really record anything unless like she's recording something for like the page or her website. Nonetheless, I have recorded myself crying. I want to say, oh yeah, in the last year. And I was like, why did you think you looked ugly when you cried? I think that's really what my like inner insecurity was about it is the fact that like I felt like I looked ugly crying. I don't know where I got that or where I heard that or who told me that or who projected that, but like I was like, oh, you actually look really pretty. And I've had people tell me, they was like, you look pretty crying. Like, don't think I'm like, bro, I be feeling like I look like a big poof. Like, I don't know. So a lot of insecurity stem from that. And I know you shouldn't be insecure about something like that, but it was just like, hey, that's just my truth. I was looking at it, I was just like, wow. So being able to, going back to what I was talking about, being able to like tap into that as an artist and just as a human being, because I feel like all of these techniques I do want to kind of like ingrain in my brain so I can just continue every day to be a better person, because the better person you are, the better actor you become. And that's definitely something they say in a lot of these books and a lot of these workshops that I take, like other classes, they say the exact same thing about like, if you're a good person, you're going to be a great actor. So like the better human being you are, the better actor you can become. And that's just always a goal. Also, who doesn't want to be like a good human being, you know? So being able to tap into that and also just be vulnerable. I've never, again, the whole crying thing is kind of crazy to cry on camera, but the fact that I'm crying in front of people that I don't know, and I'm also making them feel the emotion that I'm trying to portray is actually insane. But I kind of had like a little flex because I had made a TikTok video, which is very long-winded because I was talking in slow motion, and I cannot tell y'all why. It was a long night, and I was just like sitting there so grateful, so thankful. But I said all that to say, I was really just sitting there being grateful, and I thought about the fact that Debbie Allen choreographed me. I was in a Tyler Perry movie. I was in the 688 movie, and I literally seen myself in the movie. I was in the 688 movie with Kerry Washington, Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, all them, like, and I literally told Kerry Washington that I was like her fake twin. Everybody kept calling me Kerry Washington on set. I don't know why, because I thought my head looked like James Brown. Nonetheless, Debbie Allen told us, if you feel a heavy emotion today, understand that it is okay. Allow yourself to feel that even when you get home. These emotions can carry, you know, like you can carry these emotions with you home, and it's okay to feel that, but understand that those are not your feelings. So make sure you're like taking care of yourself and like, you know, taking your time and just moving slow. And I was like, wow, it made me think about what had happened in class, because the feelings that I felt for this character, you know, America talking to the girl, essentially talking to herself, talking to her daughter in front of all of these Barbie dolls. And it's just like, and for you to be representing women and you're just a doll and you feel the exact same way is actually crazy. I was really sitting there. And even when I broke down the script, because we had to use, again, the 4 techniques out of the 12 that she taught us, I have never went line by line by line by line by line and like written everything out. And I was just like, whoa, this is what they mean when they say script analysis, breaking your script down. Like, scene study is a real thing. And I've taken scene classes, on acting, camera classes, audition classes, all of that. But it's like, I've learned how to break it down, but like that was more in depth. And even with all the YouTube Academy, you know, videos and channels that I've watched, I don't think I've ever seen anybody break it down the way I broke it down and also like tie some type of inner monologue or like inner thought or inner objective to it. And again, that all goes back to the technique. So when I thought about that, I was like, damn, because I'm sitting here crying, and I had stopped, you know, everybody else had went and performed. But after that, it was almost like I couldn't like not feeling them. Like I was really sitting there. I was like, literally thought about what Debbie Allen told us. And I was like, first of all, flex, because freaking I got choreographed by the Debbie Allen. Insane. But I was sitting there taking like deep breaths, like, all right, you're good. These are not your emotions. Like, you're fine. These are your emotions because you invoked them, but like, these are not your emotions. And now that I've done that and accomplished that, one, I'm gonna record it like professionally so I can have it as like a monologue to send off to my auditions and stuff. But also look back and be like, damn, like I hit one of my goals in March. Like before quarter 1 was over, let's just start there. Like I recorded a 30-minute video, y'all, and the rest of that just got cut out. I don't know. I don't have storage on my phone. So let me try to hurry this up because I'm a yapper, clearly. What was I saying in the last clip? Yes, Debbie Allen choreographed us. I'm just grateful to even say that out loud. I think that's a major flex for me. And one of my goals for quarter 1 was to not only be able to be coached by a female manager and actress herself, memorize a monologue, and a dramatic one at that. Like I have my funny one and I haven't like practiced it yet, but to be able to like now have that technique and like those 4 steps to be able to go do it and like feel comfortable enough to do it, I cannot wait to even one, record the first dramatic one, my funny one, and also like just finally be able to submit this to like agencies and, you know, have it on my page. Also, it's a flex. Like, what a freak. Like, you know how they say when things are dying, a lot of times it screams. That's how I feel. That's how everything in my body feels. And week 9 was really for people who are ready to jump off that cliff. Not literally, but essentially knowing that you have a parachute, knowing that it's a safety net, knowing that you are safe and somebody is also on your back, holding you, ready for you, and ready to take cover and protect you. It was for that. And we finally was able to do it after 2 weeks. No shame. We definitely did week 9 2 times. That's how I feel about my life. It's just like, I don't want to be mediocre. I don't want a mundane lifestyle. I never have, never will. I am flying, I am paragliding, and I am letting God be the parachute. And betting on myself and also believing in myself outside of any thought, outside of anybody, anything, any place. Because it's all at the tip of my fingers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be, and people always call it like delusion, but like, no, that's not delusion. That's literally you really being your biggest fan. I don't know, like, it's no other way to like explain it. Like, you are your biggest fan. You have to be your biggest fan. Like, you have to be your biggest fan. Like, you can't expect people to believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. So I'm believing in myself. And I was looking back at, I think it's week 1 when they explained the basic tools and skills and all that. We signed this contract January 21st of 2025. It is April 2nd. And we have 2 weeks left after this. It's bittersweet. But at the same time, I now understand why everybody couldn't get through week 9. It's cold feet. It's our nervous systems, like, used to accomplishing something and being done, or like feeling the end is near, and it kind of makes you pump the brakes. So like, even when you're trying to finish a project and you're like in the middle or like halfway point, you're like, okay, it's almost done, and you just stop. We're surpassed that now. It's no more excuses. Like, if you stop right now, you've already given up. If you even think about stopping right now, you're already giving up. And it's not like none of us thought about giving up. It was just the fact that subconsciously, and I'm thinking about this now, like, because we didn't talk about this in our debrief, but I'm thinking about it like now as I'm making the recap. That makes sense that we all had a bad week. Again, synchronicities work within the group, work within whoever you're doing it with, within the universe. Excuse me. We all had cold feet to be more successful. Like, we've already been betting on ourselves. We've lost jobs, got a new position, full-time, more benefits, because we're telling God we don't want to live mundane lifestyles. We're telling God we don't want to work in corporate. We're telling God we want to just go full, go all in on our dreams. You're like, all right. Now you don't have any obstacles. The only obstacles you have is yourself and your mind and your thoughts. Like, that is your only obstacle, and now you need to figure that out. Can't hold your hand the whole time. I'll be here. Can't hold your hand the whole time. And look at us. Done made it through. I'm so mad, y'all. Like, my video literally, I was going off for 30 minutes. Now I'm just like, voice a little hoarse, mouth a little dry. I'm having to use my bottle, so I can't even get my water. Like, it's a lot going on. But week 9 was essentially jumping, like fully jumping and learning how to relax. I can say these are the first 2 weeks I felt like I was okay to relax and like not be anxious, like not have my thoughts being every which way and turning me loose. My confidence level is just way different than from when I started. This is all the space I have to give. Please go watch the other previous videos, subscribe, and stay tuned for the last couple of weeks. I hope I got everything in this video, because I really don't know. Like,